Everyone is here, we got atmosphere. We love this place. Hey, living different lives, but we all unite for this one day. And when we all come together, your love is making us better. The world will see the truth of who you are. No bigger life than growing up in your house, when we discover who we can become. Praising with your people, going all out. We came to meet with you, you. We came to meet with you, you. Hey, there was more to see. Yeah, we got the key found in your word. Hey, I got a heart to serve and help build your church in Jesus' name. And when we all come together, your love is making us better. The world will see the truth of who you are. No bigger life than growing up in your house, when we discover who we can become. Praising with your people, going all out. We came to meet with you, you. We came to meet with you, you. And when we all come together, your love is making us better. The world will see the truth of who you are. And when we all come together, your love is making us better. The world will see the truth of who you are. Who you are. No bigger life than growing up in your house, where we discover who we can become. Yeah. Praising with your people, going all out. We came to meet with you, you. No bigger life than growing up in your house, where we discover who we can become. Praising with your people, going all out. We came to meet with you, you. 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 We came to meet with
Hi, welcome to Redeemer Kids. My name's Hannah. I love this time because it's fun and you can learn more about Jesus. Today you're going to hear a story about how Jesus responds when someone or something is lost. Enjoy!
Welcome back to Redeemer Kids. I'm Paige and I'm on the team at Redeemer Queens Park and we're really glad you're here. In our time together, we have been meeting Jesus as he's traveled different places and as he has encountered different people. And we've learned a lot about him from meeting him in this way. And now we're going to start seeing Jesus in a different way. We're going to start taking a closer look at things that Jesus said. He told stories, he taught lessons, and so that's what we're going to start really focusing on. And today, I am actually going to tell you a very special story that Jesus shared with his disciples, and it's a story that he told about sheep.
Mom!
What?
I lost my watch!
Oh no!
It's very special to me. Please, can you help me find it?
I know. Okay, where do you think it is?
Maybe in my room.
Okay, let's go look for it. Did you find it?
Yes!
Yay! Well, what just happened to Eli is a lot like the story that we're going to hear about today. Jesus has a group of people listening to him, and he decides to tell them a very important story. And I think he's smart in telling it to them because there are some who are eager to hear what he says, and then there are some who are actually questioning the people that Jesus is spending his time with. Jesus tends to look in a crowd and find those that are far off, maybe those that have been rejected or made outcasts. And he spends his time with those. So knowing that he has this mixed group, he decides to tell them a story about a shepherd and a sheep. Do you know the sound that a sheep makes? Can you tell me? Well done! I actually have this toy that my kids played with when they were younger that might tell us what sound a sheep makes. Let's take a listen. Did you hear? And do you know that actually in other countries and in other languages, they have different animal sounds? So while we might say a sheep says ba, some other places might have a different sound for a sheep. Well, that shepherd does have 100 sheep, and one of those sheep wander away in the story. And when he realizes that one of his sheep has wandered away, the shepherd goes and finds that sheep and wants to bring him back. So he actually picks the sheep up and puts the sheep on his shoulders. Can you touch your shoulders? Now, how do you think that sheep feels? Is he very light or kind of heavy? Can you tell me? I think so. I think he's probably kind of heavy. But the shepherd does the hard work of carrying that sheep back to his flock. And when he does, he calls his friends and his neighbors. He says, come celebrate. And they do. They all gather together and celebrate the return of the sheep. And Jesus says, after he finishes this story, that this is what it's like in heaven when one person whom God created, who had wandered far off, returns to him. That all of heaven celebrates and rejoices. The people who heard this story had a lot to consider, and now that we've heard it, we have a lot to think about as well. I've come up with 3 questions. Can you show me 3? 3 questions that will help us think through this story. And each time I ask a question, will you do your hands like this? Great. Okay, question 1. Why do sheep wander? Well, the sheep get distracted. They take their eyes off of Jesus. They're looking at the grass. Maybe they're wanting to find taller, greener grass. Or maybe they even saw a sunny patch that looked nice that they could get warm in. But they take their eyes off the shepherd and they wander off. And this can be a lot like us. We take our eyes off of God and we wander off thinking that we can find things on our own that might make us happy, find things that satisfy us. We sometimes even go as far as to say we wouldn't need God, that we can make our own rules, we can keep ourselves safe, we can figure out how we want to live all on our own. Question 2. Ready for the hands? How does the shepherd respond? One more time. How does the shepherd respond? Well, that shepherd doesn't look at his 99 sheep and think, oh, I've got plenty. If one wandered off, it's no big deal. I don't really care. No, he realizes that the one has wandered off and he goes out and finds him. And not only does he find him, but he does the hard work of carrying him all the way back. Jesus left heaven and came to earth to tell us and show us and make a way by suffering for us to be brought back to God, brought back into the presence, comfort, care, and love of God. He did all the hard work for us, and it's incredible. Question 3. Last one. Why is it good for the sheep to be with the shepherd? When the sheep are with the shepherd can care for them. He knows what they need, and he also can see the dangers around them and help protect them. Our God made us. He knows every hair on our head. He knows what we need, and he can satisfy us. He also knows all the dangers around us, and he can protect them from us. Not just physical dangers, but dangers to our heart. He can protect us from the danger of jealousy, greed, selfishness, anger, worry, fear. He can protect our hearts from all of the damaging effects of each of those things. He is a great shepherd, and being with him and being in his presence is the best place we can be. It's where we can find our most satisfaction and happiness. The adults are learning in the Redeemer session starting this week from a book called Philippians. It's actually a letter that Paul and Timothy wrote to a church in order to instruct them and guide them. And there in the letter, Paul writes at one point and says that life finds all its meaning in Christ, in Jesus. When we are in the presence of God, when we are near to him, following him, we can find all the meaning to life and all the answers to our questions and all the satisfaction we could need for the desires of our heart. I hope that you learn from this story of this little sheep that wandered away, and from the answers to the 3 questions we just asked, that God cares deeply for you. And that if you are one of the 99 that already follow God, that you get to enjoy wonderful, wonderful fellowship with him, safety, comfort, love, and care. And if you are one who was distracted and whose eyes have been off of God, he has sought you out and made a way to carry you back into God's presence. I have a story that I read to the kids sometimes called "Wherever You Are, My Love Will Find You." And I just want to read it to you, a couple pages of it, just because it is a story about a father's love for his child. And it reminds me a lot of God's love for us. So I'm just going to read you 2 pages. One of these pages may have a picture of a sheep on it. Can you look for it? It says, "In the green of the grass, in the smell of the sea, in the clouds floating by, at the top of a tree, in the sound crickets make at the end of the day, you are loved, you are loved, you are loved," they all say. "My love is so high and so wide and so deep. It's always right there, even when you're asleep." God's love for us is tremendous. And he wants desperately for all of us to be back in his presence, where he can care for us, guide us, instruct us, and protect us. I hope that you will think of this sheep and that you will consider how sweet it is to be in his presence. We are really glad you joined us. Ashley's about to come on and show us a fun activity. And if you're looking for more activities, you can go to our website, redeemerqp.com/kids, and find a few more activities to enjoy, as well as some digging deeper questions to help you keep talking about this lesson and this story. We really hope you'll come back next week, Tuesday at 5 p.m., and invite some friends to join in as well. Thank you, and we will see you soon.
Hey guys, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Evie.
I hope you enjoyed hearing the story from Miss Page about the parable of the lost sheep and the lost coin, and that you learned so much about God and how much he loves and cares for you. Evie and I thought it would be fun today to make a little snack related to something you heard about in the story. So Evie's going to tell you what we need to make this today.
First you need 2 plain biscuits. Then you're going to need some marshmallows. And then you're going to need some icing. And then some chocolate buttons. Then you're going to need a bag and with icing, and you're going to have to cut off the little end of it.
All right, guys, you stay tuned to watch how we make it, okay? We'll see you in a minute. you have it. Evie, do you think it looks like a sheep?
Maybe.
A little bit. You gotta use your imagination, don't you? I hope you enjoyed watching today, and I really hope you'll go make your own snack, your own sheep snack. All right, you guys, have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye.
You're doing a new thing, making my heart sing, bringing color to this brand new day. It's never been clearer, you draw me nearer. You're always with me and you're here right now. My song, a melody, your perfect love for me. My heart is full of praise. Your love, it makes a way. And I give you my hallelujah, hallelujah for all my days. Jesus, take my hallelujah, hallelujah, I give you praise. You're doing a new thing, making my heart sing, bringing color to this brand new day. It's never been clearer,